Refuge Destination Earth. 10 years ago, a bracken was roaming the plains of my planet and stumbled upon a green plant. The bracken was curious, and it took its time sniffing the strange object. Listening to her instincts, the bracken ate the plant, unknowingly dooming the whole planet and all its inhabitants. One of our scouts watched in dismay as the creature ate the last form of plant life on our planet. After this occurrence, there was never another plant found on the terrain of Zephyrus, my home. Our planet went into chaos. Having nothing to sustain us caused widespread panic and hysteria. Many of my people died of starvation before we found the planet Earth. The king and queen of my people, Tenacious and Revera, traveled to many planets in search of suitable conditions. They would have died themselves had it not been for an off-course satellite hitting them and alerting them of the existence of Earth. After the news of the new planet spread, many Skywalkers began the move to Earth, where they were met with great hostility and violence. We never wanted a war. We never planned for this to happen, and we certainly didn't plan on the deaths. My name is Zent. I am the only son of the king and queen. This is my story. Keep me posted, I sigh while rubbing my temples. Yes, your majesty, says my second command Zardox. You are dismissed. Bowing, he leaves the room and quietly shuts the door behind him. Sighing deeply, I think about what information I just attained. He came to tell me that 8 more of my warriors were dead, thanks to a human resistance group in Nebraska. We can't afford to have any more casualties, not with the war raging on like it is. I'm so tired of these pesky humans starting unnecessary fights over the smallest issues and disagreements. The only reason we even began to fight back was because they kidnapped one of our children and threatened to kill him if we didn't leave their planet immediately. After that, we couldn't have the same submissive approach. It just wasn't working anymore. 3 years ago, in the Great Battle of Mazoth, many of the Skywalkers died, including a few children, a couple of high-ranking soldiers, and worst of all, my parents were killed on that battlefield. That was a great time of mourning for all the Skywalkers, but most of all, it was an eye-opener. We realized the humans weren't going to stop, and we needed to fight back if we even wanted a slight chance of survival. The chances were slim, but we were determined. This started the long series of war that corrupted the planet. Pulling me from my remnants, Zardox slams my office door open, causing a hole to be formed in the wall behind it. Before I can scold him for ruining my office, he speaks. Sir, we've captured an assassin. Assassins are humans with fighting abilities, great coordination, and killer weapons. They are the humans who have learned some of our weaknesses and use them against us in battle. They have no remorse, no sympathy, and no humanity. They kill without thinking or reason, and they are what my people fear. The thing I hate most in this universe. I didn't know how fast those feelings could change with one glance, but I would soon find out. Walking across the campground to the holding tent always has a positive and negative effect on me. On one hand, I'm glad we've caught another one of those bastards, but on the other hand, I always hate seeing their cold and lifeless eyes full of misguided hatred just before I have to execute them for their crimes. Don't get me wrong, I hate them with all my heart, but it never makes it easier to take away a life. Skywalkers are kind by nature, and before the move, we never harmed anyone. That's one of the reasons we were so reluctant to join in on this war in the first place. Coming back to reality, I looked up at the tent and prepared myself for what was going to inevitably happen. Taking a deep breath, I pulled open the flap and took a step inside, but stopped short at what I saw. Tied to a pole in the middle of the tent was a girl no more than 17. She had red, wild hair, dirty porcelain skin, and a short, slim body. Standing above her was my third-in-command, Mosgar. Before I'm able to process what's happening, Mosgar kicks her in the stomach and she collapses onto the dirt floor, coughing, from where she had previously been kneeling. As soon as his foot makes contact with her, I fall onto my knees from the explosive pain in my ribs. As I raise my hand to assess my injury, I find the pain is gone. Confused, I look up and my eyes lock with the mysterious assassins. That one fatal glance would change my life forever. Every Skywalker has another half to their soul. Just like a soulmate, as some humans believe, Skywalkers have a solstice. Once you find your other half, you simply can't live without them. If they die, you follow. If they leave, you follow. No matter what happens, you follow. If a Skywalker solstice is threatened or put in danger in any way, their other half turns homicidal and kills the danger without remorse or hesitation. Once I recognized the bond between us, and I fully digested what this meant, I felt myself go full form with fury. Going full form isn't something that happens often. Usually, it is triggered by a powerful emotion, whether it be rage, agony, despair, or any other negative feeling. Going full form happens rarely. It's not painful in any way, just scary to be the being on the other end of the Skywalker's fury. Going full form means your eyes turn pitch black, your nails turn to razor-sharp claws, and your senses and ability and strength to kill increase tenfold. And since the triggering emotion comes from the heart, your veins turn black, starting at your heart and spread to your whole body like an infection. Looking at Mosgar for the last time, I ran to him with supernatural speed and snapped his neck. Third in command do not. No one touches my solstice and gets away with their life. Letting him drop to the floor, I look up at my angel. She was looking at me with a mixture of what looked like awe, disbelief, pain, and one emotion I never meant to cause: fear. Calming myself down, I felt my body go back to normal, which in return caused her to breathe a sigh of relief. Taking a few seconds to assess the situation at hand, I felt the full weight of what I had just done. In a human kingdom, I would be put on trial for killing Mosgar, but Skywalkers understand the importance of a solstice. We are too protective of them to think before doing. Hearing a shuffling, I turned to see my solstice struggling to get out of her bonds. It's then I realized how screwed I am. My solstice is a human assassin. Thank you.